Hey guys, today I'm going to be ranking every single color scheme in Brawlhalla. This is my first ever tier list video, so if you want to see more, give some suggestions below on what to do next. And I feel like this should go without saying, but all of the rankings might change by the end of the video, so wait till the end before commenting. Okay, so with the level up colors, I'm just going to bunch blue, green, yellow, brown, orange, and purple together. Because the only people who will object are only doing it because it's their favorite color and not because it's actually a good color. Starting off strong with 6 in F tier already. Cyan is only slightly better and goes into D tier because it's the type of color you'd use until you unlock something nicer. Sunset, however, is another story because back in the day when there weren't as many color schemes, this was actually one of the best and still sorta holds up today. And to be honest, I'd say the same for gray and pink, so they can go in B tier also. Red kinda takes a step back since it's basically one of the default colors in 2v2s, and I know some of you will disagree with me, but I think red's a clear D tier. I'm not really sure what other people think about black or white since I barely see them being used anymore, but I'm a huge lover of both even to this day. The only thing that could have made white better is making the two-tone more obvious, kinda like the black and red we got going on for the level 25 color. So for that reason, I'm putting white in A tier and black as our first S tier of the video. At first, I was going to say the same for Skyforged and Goldforged, but after thinking about the color schemes a bit more, I actually think it's the other way around, and Skyforged just looks better with more skins and legends and different weapon skin combinations. Okay, so this one is controversial because of it being locked behind a paywall, but I'm only here to judge how they look today. And honestly, I'm not that mad about it, simply because I'd be a lot angrier if I thought it was top tier, and I don't. RGB looks cool, but right now it sits at the bottom of A tier. Moving on to the event colors, we're starting off with the worst one, Winter Holiday. Not much to say about this besides it being horrific, and it's going straight to the top of F tier for now. Now you might think I love the color pink or something, but in general I really don't. That being said, Lovestruck is an easy A tier for me because of how clean the color palette looks. Now believe it or not, there's a lot of Irish blood in my veins, so I should give Lucky Clover a free pass. But I think this color scheme is pretty mid on most legends, especially their base designs. I feel like Heatwave is pretty hit or miss for the average person, and for me it's no different. I only rank Heatwave slightly higher than the last color because Lucky Clover is the epitome of mid and has to stay at the top of B tier. A lot of people would say Haunting is an immediate S tier, but I'm reserving that for the best of the best and putting it at the top of A. Speaking of immediate S tiers, next is Home Team, which might actually be my favorite color in the entire game, and has been since I started in 2017. Gala, in my opinion, is actually super underrated and definitely doesn't get the love it deserves. Another solid A tier. I'd say the same for Verdant Bloom too. I kinda like it, but there are many other options I'd pick unless it's for the sake of variety. Now, Charged OG. Does anyone hate this color scheme? I'd be willing to bet it's top 5 in everyone's tier list, and I'd have to agree. I'd be confident saying the same thing for Raven's Honor, and personally, I'm putting it behind black in my top 3 for now. Bifrost kinda just reminds me of a failed attempt at making the RGB color and deserves its placement in F tier, to be honest. Art Deco is a sleeper top tier, and now that BMG have released RGB, I bet they wish they made this color cost money too. Pool Party is like a mixture of Heatwave and Bifrost, and really isn't that great, so it's gonna be the first D tier color since the beginning of the video. Home Team Reunion isn't inherently bad, it's basically just a color-swapped synthwave, and even though I prefer it this way on paper, I don't think it pops as nicely. Even though the first Battle Pass still holds up, the color scheme is not the best. Soulfire is definitely a low A tier for me. Synthwave might be a hot take, but I'm putting it right next to Home Team Reunion. Frozen Forest has got to be up there with the worst color schemes that BMG have created, and the only reason it isn't lower is because the other colors below it make you look like a day one noob. Another one of my favorites is Coat of Lions, and in my opinion is another easy S tier. And now that I'm looking at what we have so far, I'm debating whether to move around my top 5 to squeeze it in, but I'll put it here for now and look again at the end. Next is Starlight, and I wasn't even here for this battle pass. I had quit the game because of Greatsword, and I only came back when I heard that Ada had a battle pass skin, and left when I realized it was awful. And so is this color. I was also gone for Willow Leaves, but I didn't miss anything there either. I'll just put it around the same place. I know there are a lot of devoted Pact of Poison fans out there who would defend this color with their life, but I can't see it. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I can't put it higher than B tier. Darkheart marks my return to Brawlhalla, and maybe I'm biased, but this is probably the best out of all of the Battle Pass colors in my opinion. Another easy S tier. Armageddon had a lot of potential, but it turned out pretty mid at the top of B tier. I think I might be alone with Kira Kira, but I'll be honest, I kinda like it, and I'm putting it in A tier. Ancient Curse is the same story as Armageddon. Lots of potential, but doesn't work out. I'll put it slightly above, but if you ask me tomorrow, I might put it higher or even lower. Here's where it gets difficult for me because Esports V1 might actually be above Home Team. To be honest, I could say that about the rest of the top 5 as well, so I'll put it number 2 for now. Esports V2 is a huge downgrade compared to the first, but that's not to say it's bad. I think low B tier is more than fair. Esports V3 is another downgrade yet again, and maybe I'm biased against green color schemes, but this is another easy bottom tier and is such a big letdown. Not all pink colors are made equally, and because it is yet another disappointment, Esports V4 goes below the others in D tier. I'm not sure how I feel about Esports V5 because, whereas it isn't great, it's a step up from the last 3 entries, so I'm going to put it at the top of B tier. I'm surprised they never made this color scheme before, but Esports V6 is another one of those that are great on paper but just all right in practice. Slightly better than V5. I don't know about you guys, but I'm counting base color for the video. And since it can be very hit or miss and entirely depends on which legend we're talking about, I'm just going to put it exactly in the middle of B tier. In my opinion, Community Colors V1 is low-key a sleeper pick, and I think it deserves a spot in S tier, even if it is at the bottom. Community Colors V2 is maybe the 7th pink color of the video, so maybe if I did this video in a different order it might be higher. I'd say it's around the same area as Sunset is. Team Red and Team Blue are technically different colors, and if you want to get super technical, there's like 4 versions of each, and even the same for Yellow and Purple. But for the sake of my sanity, I'm only doing Red and Blue, which, if you haven't guessed by now, are going with the other defaults in F tier. After looking at the final result for a while, there's not much I'd really change, but I'm pretty happy with the order of all these. What do you think are the best color schemes in Brawlhalla, and which ones do you think are overrated? As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.